Yo, what's going on, you guys? I am back, and I'm going to show you how to make a parry system for mobs in Minecraft Bedrock. So it's really easy. I'm going to have two separate tutorials. I have two systems. One is for all mobs that you give a tag to, and the other is for players. So I'll make the players a separate video. So here, I'm going to show off the mobs first. So all you got to do, I'll show you a quick example. So I need to give them the tag, and then I will go into adventure here, and you'll notice they have that helmet. So I can't hit them when they have that helmet. I can hit them normally, right? I'm hitting them, but as soon as I got that helmet, I'll show you in a second. So I'm hitting him normally, no problem. But as soon as he got that helmet, if I hit him, he parries, gets speed and strength. So you don't want to hit him with that. So this here, can hit him normally, but as soon as that helmet and that beep happen, then he will block basically, and you can't hit him when he's blocking. And here is the player parry as well. I'll just show this off. So when you block, you just crouch, and then it appears, and then it will, after 6 seconds, if you're not crouching, it will come back just like that. So that's the player and the mob parry. So now I will show off all the commands. So I have 3 rows here. This just sets the parry, and then this is the parry timer and the parry activate. So let's get started. So what you guys are going to want to do, you need to make some scoreboards. So you're going to do scoreboard, players, or sorry, excuse me, not players, objectives, add, and you're going to want to do AI parry, and then you're going to do space dummy, and as you can see I already have it created. Then you're going to do AI parry timer dummy, and obviously I already have these created, so it won't work for me when I try to create them. So all you got to do is that, and whenever you want a mob to get the parry system, if you go here, you can do it manually in chat, or you can just do a command that does it constantly. But what I do is just /tag at E, and I'm just doing type equals husk, and then just add, and then for my tag it's AI parry, and that's how they will get the parry system. So you can call this more of like a counter or a block, but I just call it a parry because I think it's more fitting. So we'll get into the commands. So starting here to the random parry, you're gonna want the repeating on a 60 tick for its delay, and this is the command here. So I'm just gonna go through all of them. So if you don't want to listen to me rant, I'm just gonna go through all the commands right now, and then I'll talk about the commands. So here's the first one. I'm just gonna go through all of these. This has a tick delay. This also has a 1 tick delay on this. Okay, that was the first row. I'll show you the second row here. You're gonna want this on a 25 tick delay. This next command, you're gonna want it on a 5 tick delay. And now for this is the parry activate. You're gonna want this on a 2 tick delay. And most of these are copy and paste. So if you make one of them, you can honestly just copy and paste the rest. As you can see, the beginning is the same pretty much for all these commands, so you could just copy and paste it. You don't have to type it out. So it may look intimidating, but really it's just one command pasted over and over with different executes at the end. And these are all the commands. So those were all the commands there. I will go into depth on what you can change to make this system to more of your liking. So that was just like all the commands, so you don't have to like hear me rant about each one. So starting with these guys, this is I have it set to 1 out of 2, but really, I think it's better at 1 out of 3. I tested it with 1 out of 4. It didn't activate too often. So it has a 1 out of 3 chance, basically, of activating the parry. So 20 ticks is 1 second, so this is 3 seconds here. So every 3 seconds, it has a 1 out of 3 chance of doing that block or parry. And then this is just the little chime sound that plays. Now this sets the timer for how long the parry is active. This right here just gives them the helmet. This is how it detects if they get hit or not. If that helmet is not on them when their timer is active for their block, then that's how it activates their parry. And the only way you can detect this really is with armor. So you can have it be any piece of armor. I preferably have it be golden because it stands out the most. Gold and diamond stand out the most out of all the armors. They're the brightest. And I just do a helmet because it doesn't give the least amount of armor, but it's easier to see out of all the pieces, and it looks better when it comes to the parry. This just does a little particle. This just sets it to 0, and then you need this because without this, it won't, like, I don't know how to explain it fully. This basically makes it to where without it, it won't detect the mob because, let's see, I'm trying to find an example. I don't know how to fully explain it. Sorry, I'm like butchering this. Basically, it just makes it to where it's guaranteed to be detected by the commands. It just sets it to 0 because if you don't give it a score, then it won't detect it at all. That's like the best way I can explain it. These here, this is just the timer. I have it on 25 and not 20 for a second. 20 ticks is 20 or is 1 second, so I just have it on 25 because I tested it. 2 seconds was too short, so I made it 25 ticks. So that just removes the timer. And this, if their timer is on 0 and they're currently not blocking, then it just removes the helmet. And this particle, you can have it be whatever. I just have it as a crit particle. So as they're actively blocking, it will have a particle on them. Now going on to the actual parry, this just does 3 sounds. It does note.bass, this one does the thorn sound, and this one does the mace smash sound. And for this gives the effect to the mob whenever somebody gets parried by them. It'll give the mob strength 2 and speed 2 for 4 seconds. And then this is what gives the nearest player the effects. It gives the player slowness 3 for 3 seconds and weakness 3 for 3 seconds. And then this will damage the player for 4, and I just have it set to thorns. It will look nicer for the death message when you get parried by them if you were to die by the damage. And then this is just the particle. It does like a Ravager. Whenever the Ravager gets stunned by your shield, for example, this is what that particle is. And then this just sets their timer to 0 whenever it activates their parry, so they can't constantly parry. And so yeah, that's the parry system. It's really simple. Let's say you want to put armor on like a piece of armor for their helmet. I can give you an example here. You could just do this, put a repeating, and then you could do this as well. So you can give them a tag if, let's say, armor 1. So let's say you give them like armor 1. If they have armor 1, then instead of a piece of air, it'll give them, I don't know, do a chainmail helmet. So we'll do that. So I'll spawn a husk here. Let's do a better example. Let's do a taller husk. Ignore that. That's just part of my map, the level up system. This here, just a normal husk. So I'm going to give him AI parry. And then I'm also going to give him armor 1. So now you'll notice he has the armor, but whenever he's parrying, then it has that helmet. And then if he has this helmet, then... Oh yeah, and the reason it is being filled with air is because of this. So if that's happening, for your armor zombie, you don't want it to do that. If it has armor, you can just do this. And now it won't do that. And now it won't keep filling it air. So now it'll stay like that. So you can hit them normally, but if they have the helmet like that, can't hit them. You can hit them normally like that. So that's if you were to want like armor on them, for example, and not have it get rid of the armor if they had like a golden helmet. So that's how you could do that. but I don't choose to have that. But yeah, so that's the system for that. And then he's parrying, and there we go. So yeah, I don't need that command, but this is how you make a like parry blocking system for mobs. It's honestly really easy. It's easy to like change around. I have all my commands named so you know which command does what, basically. So yeah, and that's basically how you make the parry system. It's really easy. It's not hard at all. But yeah, I'll make a player parry as well, so if you want to know how to do that, then I will show you. But yeah, so that's the parry system, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching.